Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Physics with Arif. Today we're covering Unit 1.05 and 1.06 by Arif. Measuring volume. Measuring regular solids is easy. Just calculate it. But what if it's an irregular solid? It will be quite hard. It will be rather tedious to calculate the volumes accurately. For example, this dinosaur right here. How do we overcome this? You use the displacement method. The displacement method is basically using water and a measuring cylinder to get accurate volumes. How do you do it? Well, this is how. Add some water into the measuring cylinder and take note of the volume of water. Then put in the object with the irregular shape. Take note of the volume of water again. Minus the volume of water from before you put in the object and the volume right after you put in the object. And you've got the volume of the object. But there's a problem. What if the object we're trying to measure is too big to fit inside a measuring cylinder? For example, this egg right here. It's easy. Use a displacement can. You take a displacement can and you fill it with water, full to the brim until it overflows. Wait until all the water flows out and it stays still. Take your object and tie it to a string. Dip it into the can and water will start pouring out into the measuring beaker. How much water flows out is equal to the volume of the object. Checking the density of a liquid. A quick method of checking the density of the liquid is by using something called a hydrometer. A hydrometer, it looks like something like this, kind of like a screwdriver. Fill the cylinder with the liquid you want to measure, then drop the hydrometer in. Leave it to settle, then read the number at the bottom of the meniscus. The number is 22.5. The measurement is relative to 1,000 kilograms per meter squared. So multiply the number by 1,000 and you will get your density. In this case, 2250 kilograms per meter squared. Comparing masses. One of the oldest forms of finding mass is something called a beam balance. You basically put the object you are trying to measure on one side and keep putting weights on the other side until both sides are equal. Then add up all the weights and you will get the mass of the object. The truth. The balance doesn't really compare masses, it compares weight. An electrical scale, for example, is really measuring weight, but through some math it displays your mass. It only works on Earth, however, because other planets or stars have different gravity, and it may display inaccurate masses. Well, that's all for today, folks. Come back for another episode of Physics with Arif.